So I want to thank you all today for coming and listening to my proposal that I have for Coca-Cola. And without further ado, I'd like to get started. So I've traveled to Africa many times, and in my travels, I've noticed that the weight of water that women carry on their head is equivalent to the maximum baggage weight that airlines allow, which is about 44 pounds. It's a lot of weight, right? And the average distance that they travel to get this water, and sometimes this water is not even clean, is about 4 miles. So you can imagine the pain and the medical conditions they endure with all these things. Good evening. My name is Omar. I'm the co-founder of A Drop in the Bucket. A Drop in the Bucket is a nonprofit organization that specializes in creating sanitation systems for schools in Africa. Now, by providing information on our plans and how you, the board members of Coca-Cola's philanthropic arm, can benefit from our organization, I hope to receive your support in supporting our organization to build stronger, longer-lasting sanitation systems that would not only benefit and fulfill your philanthropic goals, but also benefit the needs of African children as well. Our goal and our mission. A Drop in the Bucket here believes that water is the basic human right. And with that human right, it must be met in order to stop the cycle of poverty. And our mission here is our mission is to build wells and sanitation systems in sub-Saharan African schools that will enable these youth to harness the full capacity of an education. And our goal is to improve child health, increase school enrollment rates, and also promote gender equality. So, with that being said, I would like to propose 3 things to you. And if by funding me, these 3 things are what this funding would go to. 1, in my travels to Africa, I've noticed that there is a significant dropout rate for young African women. And it's very significant the fact that there are more African women that are dropped out than boys. And the reason why is because in most families, women and young girls are the water gatherers. And they miss months on end of school. And once they miss this school, they basically just give up on the education that they desperately need. So what we want to do is by installing these sanitation systems, we will also make a girls' club or support groups. And what these support groups do is stress the education on these kids and how stressful and how important it is to receive an education. And not only that, they won't have to travel so far to get water. It'll be at the palm of their hands with these sanitation systems. They have these pumps. They pump water and it's right there. So they have more of their time to spend in school receiving that education that they need. In these girls' club, also what we would do is we would provide basic toiletries to increase their health and hygiene, such as women's deodorant, razors, toothbrush, toothpaste, and things of that sort. Secondly, while going on to Africa, we've noticed that there was a very big problem with the schools. They had things called pit toilets. They're nothing like the toilets we have here in America, no. These pit toilets are holes in the ground. And a statistic showed that 38% of the girls in the school do not use these pit toilets. Not only because they smell really bad, but they also pollute the area around them. So a team of researchers here at Drop in the Bucket, what we want to do is we want to create a toilet that not only is above the ground, but also eats the sewage and treats it instead of just storing it. So what do we result with? Regular toilets that not only treat the sewage, they don't store it, and they don't fill up, they flush. They're non-electrical, it's all powered through water. Third of all, I'd like to talk about roundabout pumps. Now, it's very hard to place sinks near toilets without the underwater contamination. You have the bad stuff mixing in with the good. And so what we also want to promote is hygiene towards these children. So we want them to wash their hands after they're done using the bathroom. And it's very hard to place sinks next to these toilets. So what did we come up with? We proposed an idea of making a roundabout pump. But our problems were that we had no piped water, no electricity, and we didn't want to use anything that required so much fuel that had to be constantly replaced by the schools. So the answer was right in front of us. What could we use to generate that power, to get that clean water to those sinks? The answer was kid power. So we made roundabout pumps. And roundabout pumps, what we would design is a carousel. And this carousel, as these children play on it and move round and round, they generate energy to pull water, clean water from the reservoir tanks under the water that go to the roundabout pumps and go straight to the water pumps outside and to the sinks, so they get clean, fresh water. And you're probably thinking, well, what about it? What if this carousel breaks? How's the water come? How's the water going to come to the pumps? No worries. The pumps are automatically connected to the reservoir tanks as well. So if the roundabout pump breaks, they still have access to water through the regular pumps. There we go. Now, I want to talk about what's in it for you. What's in it for Coca-Cola? That's why we're all here. You want to know why my organization is going to help you. The reason why we're going to help you is because we're providing water systems. But not only that, we're also going to provide clean bathrooms and also promote health, promote hygiene to these students. These students are very impoverished. They don't have the type of hygiene that we do, and we want to give them that. And that's what your benefit is. You get the benefit of helping these children in need in third world countries. But not only that, according to Coca-Cola's philanthropic page, your goal towards water stewardship and education is to promote clean and sanitary water for third world countries, and also promote dropout school prevention and education programs to the less fortunate. And our organization, we fulfill those goals, but not only fulfill those goals, we go past it and we push the limits. With this, you're knocking out 2 of the 4 main things that you have in your philanthropic arm, which are education and water sanitation. So by funding our company a mere $50,000 of the $2.7 million you funded philanthropically last year, you would not only fulfill your goals for water stewardship and education, but you also get the satisfaction of seeing these kids smile, seeing these kids play, having the access to clean and fresh water. So, I want to summarize what I've said today. I wish to receive your help in building these girls' clubs that not only pull these girls of their strenuous duties to get water, but also put them back in school and help them get better hygiene and get better health. Replace these old, dirty, disgusting holes in the ground with beautiful toilets. Not only that, but providing sinks with clean, fresh water that come from children playing. But we won't tell the children they're doing more than just playing. No, when they're playing, they're doing work. But they don't know that. Only we do. And I ask you to consider and support my ideas, because I believe that with your help and support in the near future, we can get rid of poverty in these sub-Saharan African cities. Because life cannot exist without water. And yet, for millions of people across the planet, finding clean water is their #1 concern every day. And with your help, we can build wells and sanitation systems that not only make life-changing, but life-saving results. We can make all this possible with your help, because clean water is a fundamental human right. And we here at Drop in the Bucket believe that very seriously. Thank you for your time, and at this point, I will take any questions.